Hey, Polka Dot sisters and our friends across the globe. This is Shannon Crotty, founder and CEO of Polka Dot Powerhouse, here with another fabulous 10-year Dot sister interview. Today we have the beautiful and so talented Carol Rudd. Carol, thanks for being on with me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Carol, I know I still probably don't know everything I should know about you, but I think I know a bit about you, but maybe the viewers don't know who you are and what you do, how you impact the world. That's a whole lot, right? But tell us like who you are.
Oh my goodness. I'm a retired massage therapist, respiratory therapist, Qigong instructor, and now super volunteer for my church, for Evolving Wellness, and for World Relief Good Neighbor team. So I've been a DOT. I was at your last meeting as the leader of DOTS. Do you remember that meeting? I was there,
You do.
and you introduced Denise, and yeah. So what else am I? I'm a wife. I'm a dog owner. I'm very passionate about a lot of things, mostly nature, being outdoors, and right now my health. So
Those are all very important things, right?
yes,
Important.
yes.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't give to anybody else, that's for sure.
Yep.
So tell us about some of that stuff you're passionate about. So do you still own Healing Choices Oasis?
No, I retired that last January.
Okay. See,
I,
I live in a cave. I don't know.
yep. Yeah, I still have it up there that I have Healing Choices Oasis because I thought I was going to write a book. I still may. And I thought it'd be helpful to have that business name behind me, but I kind of got stalled on the book.
Yeah.
And I
It
decided
happens.
I decided I needed, I've worked my whole life
Yeah.
and I just decided I need to learn how to play. And so now I'm taking time to play and find out what I love to do. I love to play mahjong. I wanted to play pickleball. That might be off the records for now for a short time. We'll see. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a matter of finding what I like to do and doing it. And walking my dog is always what I like to do.
Yeah.
Being out in nature is always what I like to do. So,
What a great opportunity to like you've always struck me, Carol, as someone who's very in tune with themselves. But this kind of takes that to a no higher level to just have the experience of what would I do? Hey, what would I do today to make you happy? And doing it, right?
mhm. Well, doing a lot of things like road trips with my dot sisters. I learned that I like to listen to audiobooks in the car, things like that.
Yeah.
And we laughed a lot over the steamy one, you know.
I didn't hear that story. I'm sure there's a whole story there.
Oh, there is. I called it trashy, and Jan said, "No, it's steamy."
The whole car was steamed up, is that right?
Yeah, no, not quite that bad, but it was like, "Whoa, whoa."
Maybe that was one more to listen to in private, right?
Yeah, maybe. It was hilarious. We had a lot of time. We had a lot of fun laughing on our
Yeah,
road trip.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious now, I'm a curious person. You were always, another thing I knew about you, at least from my perception of you, is when you did all of these things, when you did own that business and run that business, and you were very, very productive. Was it like an immediate stop? How was that transition from you from I'm going to be really productive to I'm going to find out what brings me joy and do it?
It was an immediate stop because my body said I had to stop.
Mm,
I had to listen, and my back said, I'm done. So I would say, no, it took me about 6 months to get to that, you know. And in December, I decided that I was going to close, and I couldn't close. So I closed the end of January
okay.
because I,
Just
I
this
don't
past
want,
January, just a few
yeah,
months ago.
just past January. So for me, then it's been bring everything home, not sure what to do with anything. And I've been finally cleaning up my act and getting rid of the stuff that I obviously don't need anymore,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it's been a work in progress.
Yeah. But you're enjoying it.
Letting go of that part of it
Yeah.
and deciding what's important to keep still.
Do you, and again, this is just the question in my head, which is typically what I ask, but in this between January and now, so at the time of this recording, everyone, it is June 18th. So between January and now, is there any like monumental things that you've learned about yourself?
You mean January of last year to now?
Oh, so was it January of last year?
January of last
My
year.
misunderstanding. So
Yep,
January
yep.
of last year, what's the probably the most profound thing that you've learned about yourself in that process of not of that dead stop doing that and now what Carol enjoys?
That I deserve to have fun, that I deserve to be not working all the time, that I can go out and do things and just, have fun with friends. So I go to more movies and I,
Yeah.
go to more coffees or I try to, things like that.
Yeah. I love that. And not that it's necessary, like maybe at this point it's important to you. I think when you impact yourself more, you impact the world more. So even
Mhm.
in the fact that you are finding the joy that you deserve, you're still impacting the world by like now people get more time with you and they get more listen to the Steamio audiobook time with you and go to the movies with you and all of that. Like you still touch people's lives and you do it more so because you're focused on bringing joy, which just that energy just goes out to everything.
And my passion is service. So I've been involved in 3 organizations and my heart is just opened wide because of this new refugee family that's come in just the end of this month. So just being able to see a family who has nothing and we get them an apartment and I was able to provide some furniture for them and you know it's just they're just so appreciative and we realize how wealthy, I'm using the term loosely, that we are, compared to other countries and other people. So yeah,
Right.
so that's a lot of who I am now is more of how can I use my gifts to serve others?
I think that's amazing. I love that. And I love that you're doing that. And, even when you were just talking about serving that family that's coming in, how lit up you were talking about that, you know, it obviously grows your heart was already like super big lady, but it also grows your heart to another level, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Awesome. I think that's amazing. And I'm just gonna like randomly be smiling, thinking of you just walking around, just like sprinkling your joy everywhere, because I think that's amazing. Um, Tell us about your polka dot story. So like how did you find polka dot and why did you decide to join?
Um, I was working at the hospital. I was also just moved my massage business in 2000, well, bug in the face. 2003, I had just had my business for 2 years and I just moved to a new location. So I'd been working in that location. I was working solo. There was nobody else with me. So until 2012, I was like, huh, I don't have anybody in my life anymore. I'm all by myself. And I
Right.
kept seeing the articles in Queen of the Castle about Polka Dot Powerhouse. And I go, I should go to that meeting. I should go to that meeting. And something came up and something came up. And then my friend says, she was in Rice Lake. She said she heard about Polka Dot and she says, we should go to that meeting. And so I went to myself before she got to go. And I knew the moment I went, I was going to do it. I just knew. It was like the energy was there and so many wonderful women that, that share their stories.
Yeah.
So that's what I knew. I mean, I signed up that day and
I
I'm
think
a
if
like,
that was the last time I was a leader, because I think Denise took over in 2013. So it must have been
yep, yep.
2013.
It, w-
It has changed a lot since 2013. What do
mhm.
you think is the best way that we've evolved since 2013?
Oh my goodness, the best way you've involved. Um, I think the growth, the women that come in, there's there the there's so many women and they're all enjoying and and learning from each other and sharing and collaborating. So it's like you get to know so many new people and then you have so many opportunities. I think the opportunities are what's the best thing. There's so many different ways the socials and the summits and the celebration, and they all kind of sound with an S or a C. I just know that social celebration.
Connection. You got it. S&C. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Summit,
My
all of that.
initials, Carol, not to make it about me. Those are my initials, S&C. Guys, I did not do this by design. Um,
Yeah, but
I
anyway,
agree with you.
I think that's how it's evolved. When I first came, it was a monthly meeting. When I
Yeah.
first came, there wasn't that much focus on, well, there was. I mean, there was education and then there was connection, but there wasn't so much focus on collaboration, and there's many more opportunities to connect.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with you because it's really interesting when someone will come in and they'll be like, well, I don't like Zooms. Okay, cool. There's lots of socials, right? Depending on if there's a chapter near you. Or someone says, I don't like socials, like that's too much energy for me. Okay, cool. Do a one-on-one connect with someone, reach out through the website. Oh, okay, well, I'm primarily just on Facebook. Cool. We have a members, you know what I mean? Like it's evolved. I don't even know if I can properly say we've designed it that way because we've always just been like 300 feet at a time for sure. But it's evolved into this way that like, okay, we've put in so many ways for people to connect that, and then two, and I was going to ask you about this because I'm curious, you know, a lot of people think, oh, it's all about business, but we have lots and lots of members who they're not even associated with anything professional. And now you kind of are in that realm as well.
Exactly.
Do you find that it benefits you as much since you
Excuse
don't
me.
have that business? Do you find that like that it has both ways?
Um, I think the connection and the energy of the group, I've always been attracted to the positivity and the focus, the no drama and all of that. But it's like just to see these young women and see if I can support them. I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can share my expertise, which, yeah, I got some. It's like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
do. Yeah,
yes,
you do.
yes. And and I can encourage and support people, and that's where I see my focus has changed, you know.
But it's
And
you still find it's benefiting you, not just
oh
them
yeah. Oh my
benefiting
goodness,
from
yes.
you, but benefiting you.
Yes, I need sisters. I
Yeah,
have two of my own, but I still need sisters,
right.
you know.
Yeah, I've told the story before, I think, but maybe I don't know if you've heard the story or not. Back when we started, and I can't remember by 2013 if we had eliminated this or not, but back when we very first started that first year, we had both business and personal.
Mhm.
And I
Yep.
remember one of the leadership coming to me saying someone had sold their business. So did we need to kick them out of the business part? And I'm like, whoa, I hadn't even thought of that. I'm not sure what
Yep.
to do with this. And so now we have membership and we have a diamond membership, and the membership business happens there because you do business with people you know, like, and trust, but it's
Mhm.
really more sisterhood focused, where Diamond is more professional focused. But what I've always said, and something I've learned along the way, is instead of having all these compartments of people, oh, these are my work friends, and these are my mom friends, and why don't we just have people that we can utilize in different ways throughout our life? Like, you might utilize it different when you don't have a business, but there's still your connections. They're still your friends. They're still, depending on how
Mhm.
you look at it, second family, whatever that is, that you don't have to say, well, now this part's over. Now I got to get rid of these people, or they've got to get rid of me. Right? Like, how ridiculous does that sound?
Yeah, it does. Yes. I don't know, but for me too, the other thing about Polka Dot is that I know people all over the country because I've zoomed in to different meetings all over the country, and I have friends not necessarily close friends because I'm not one of those close friends kind of people,
Right.
but I know people, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, and celebration is my jam. I go because
Right.
it's my vacation.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing. I've heard someone say, I went back home after celebration. No one was cheering for me. Nobody was clapping or encouraging me. Like, what happened? But what is the reason? So, what makes you come back to celebration year after year? Because, celebration is amazing and wonderful. It's a gift to us all, but it is a commitment, both financial, time, all that stuff. What is it about that keeps you coming back every year?
I get to travel to new places, but most importantly, I get to dance. I love to dance.
Yeah,
And also, I love the inspiration of all the
yeah,
speakers. I always do that. And there's so many hello people, hugs.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, my people are there.
right. And we love you. Yeah, and we love you.
Yeah.
And again, it wasn't, and I feel bad for not knowing that you had retired, retired. But that's the thing. It's it like you said, we're not all besties. You're not going to be besties with thousands of people. Like, just eliminate that thought. It's not going to happen.
Hmm.
But it's a lot of some people you get close with, and other people it's like this. Oh, I didn't realize that. And you just pick up where you left off and you continue
Yeah.
on. Like there's no drama of, well, Carol, we haven't called each other in 2 years and what are we gonna do? And now someone's upset. It's like, hey, I missed
No,
you. What's going
no, we
on?
all have busy lives. We all have
Absolutely.
busy lives, and we all live our lives to the best of our abilities.
Yeah,
And
right. And you never know what someone else is going through.
yep,
To me, if you're going to create the assumption, to create the assumption of best, and the assumption that saves your sanity, not
yep,
the assumption that someone didn't like you or
yeah,
something, it was your fault. Create the assumption that they have abundant plate too, and create the assumption that saves your sanity.
yes,
Yeah, if
yes.
you're going to do
I-
that.
If you want to hear one of my dot stories, because I have
Yeah.
many, my
Yes.
one dot story is I think year 3. Was it Chicago?
So, okay, so let me just back this up. So 2013 was our first celebration in Eau Claire.
Eau
14 was
Claire,
celebration in Eau
Eau
Claire.
Claire,
15 was
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. 16 was Chicago.
It was Chicago.
Hmm.
Nina from She saved me that year because I had had a meltdown with one of my independent contractors, and I was losing it at Celebration. And 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 she just sat me down, and we had a long conversation and quelled my tears and, hugged me and supported me, and it's like, "Oh my goodness, she's one of my bests," you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
She was there
Whatever,
for me when I needed her, and a couple other people too.
yeah. It's amazing, everybody's got a different belief system, and I believe in respecting that. But God, universe, whatever you believe, it's amazing how people that you need will be planted where you need them when you need them.
Yep,
And I think about how much of that is dot sisters for me, that I have a resource when I need, in the nature that I need and how I need and when I need it is there.
yeah,
Absolutely. Like, like you said, let's make a road trip, let's do whatever. But then also when you need support, there's people
yeah,
there to support you and make sure that you aren't going underwater.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was I made it through, and it was not my favorite. Chicago wasn't my favorite one.
Right.
I'll just
Get
say
that
that right
place
there.
there. Yep.
For a lot of reasons, but because of the meltdown, that was one of them. But yeah, it was it was amazing the support I got, and I'm
Yeah.
grateful for that.
Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So why, and we kind of just been talking about this already, but the official question I had for you is, why do you think sisterhood is so important?
Oh my goodness. It's important because we are, as a culture, as a country, getting so disconnected that we need to stay connected. We need to we need to hear each other's heart and be open and vulnerable and really aware that we are all human.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that all humans, also especially women, there's a lot of women that are smiling and while they're drowning. And there is um kind of a plague of loneliness happening that we're not
Mhm.
talking about. We're assuming if someone doesn't have their hand in the air asking for help, that everything's fine. And maybe for some people it is, but there's a lot of things going on that we don't know, nor should we know, but we still need to support each other as humans, just like you just said.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
So,
Because some of the strongest people are going to be the last to have their hand up. And that doesn't mean that they're any less
mhm,
human, need any less support.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Is there a dot? There's probably thousands of them, but is there a dot? You don't necessarily even if you don't think it'd be cool with them to mention their name, but has recently impacted you? Is there a story around that?
I'm thinking. I have recent connections with a lot of dots, you know. Um, Becky Ploutz from the Wausau chapter.
Yeah.
I would say she is such an inspiration, such a positive thinker. I don't know how she does what she does with the number of children she has and the busy life that she has, but she's always there to lift me up and anyone else that needs it through her On Purpose with Purpose group.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Becky is
Yeah.
amazing. She's been a long-term dot. I don't know that she's been 10 years, but she's going that way, right?
Yep.
But she's impacted many lives for sure. I do hear her name pretty often.
Yep.
Yeah. So what is there anything else that you would like those watching to know about you or know about Polka Dot?
Um, just that I'll probably be a lifer. And I plan to live to be 100, so just so you know.
Rock on. Yes. That's good for us. That's good news for us, your dot sisters, that we get to be impacted by you and utilize all of your knowledge and wisdom for many years to come.
Thank you.
So if someone is like, look, I need to get in touch with Carol, I want to connect with her, how do I do that? Beyond the Polka Dot website, is there a way that people can reach you, whether that's a social media platform or a website or anything, or hey, do they just got to snoop and find you?
I would say my website is still active, but I would go to my personal website, my Carol Rudd. I would go to Facebook, Carol Rudd.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that would be the best.
you're okay with us putting that in the notes of the description of this taping?
Hmm.
Okay.
I think that's how it is. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook
Okay. Just
under
your
my
personal name.
rather than my business name, under my personal name.
Okay. And also, if you're a dot sister, of course, you can always go through the Polka Dot website, send
Exactly.
messages, chat, do all of that way. Like it's a super underutilized tool. So you can
Yep.
also take
I
that
use
route as
it.
well. Right? Me too.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Okay.
Carol, thank you so much. It's been a
Thank
gift to
you.
have this time with you.
I
I
so
appreciate
appreciate the
you.
fact that you have such great vision and
Girl,
that you
do what I
get it.
can sometimes. Every once in a while you have a great idea. And Tina helped me, my sister Tina helped me with that, but I appreciate you being part of our dot family, and it's an honor to call you my dot sister.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.